Don't speak what you don't understand. The truth is not in your command. Don't shout about what you think is fake. The decision isn't yours to make. Don't lie about the way things are. Tall tales will take you very far. Don't scoff when they say it's the end. In this life, you know you can't pretend. The days pass by, they've set in stone. But it's not too late now for you to change your tone. Don't speak. Don't speak. Open your soul.
Hey everybody, it's Marianne from the New York City Retirees. It is 8:03, and I know you guys are waiting on bated breath to see what the heck is going on today, as this has been like a crazy, absolutely crazy week. So I came and spoke to you guys a couple days ago and told you that the court had decided against us in the New York State Court of Appeals. And really, technically, it wasn't that we didn't prove it. We really did prove our case on that. And I think that decision was more political than anything else, is that they were afraid that if they agreed for us that a government made a promise and that it had to keep it, that it could cost all sorts of New York State governments a lot of money because they all broke their promises, right? So we knew that based on that decision, though, they actually did us a favor. They said to us, we're not supporting this promissory estoppel. We don't think you proved to us that there was a promise made that we could force the city to keep, but we're going to let you go back to Judge Frank and go and re-argue all of, because you remember when we filed this litigation, there were 13 different causes of action. Judge Frank only decided one. So we said, okay, we're going to go back to Supreme Court. No problem. And we had resigned that we were not done with this. I know, even though we were all looking at going back to retirement, that didn't happen. So, okay, we're going back to Supreme Court. No problem. Yesterday was kind of a day where we were just kind of absorbing everything. We were trying to relax. We made a lot of phone calls. We tried to get different people within city government and state government to support us and see what we would be able to get, where we would be able to get their support. We knew we were still pursuing city legislation, Intro 1096, and we knew that state legislation had pretty much been killed by the AFL-CIO, New York State, and the UFT and DC 37. So we knew that we had to just focus on the city bill, which wasn't a problem. We really hadn't stopped working on that. This morning, I got a phone call, and they said that there's Harriet, I don't hear an echo, not even on my other device. Is anyone else hearing an echo? Okay, well, I'm going to take that as a no. Then this morning, I got a phone call that we would be getting a message from the mayor. And I wasn't really sure if I should believe that or not. So thanks, guys. I just went about my business. I had meetings booked all day. And in the middle of one of our meetings, I get another phone call, and they said, the mayor is not pushing the Medicare Advantage plan. Now, for those of you who did not see this, I want to share this with you. So if you go to the New York City mayor's page, the official website of New York City, you will see his statement. It says Mayor Adams' statement. Let's see if I can make this a little bit bigger. And let me see how you see that. Okay. Making sure you can see it with me. Okay, perfect. So it says, Mayor Adams' statement on the future of Medicare Advantage, dated today. The New York City Mayor Eric Adams today released the following statement on the future of Medicare Advantage. I am grateful to the Court of Appeals for recognizing earlier this week that the city has a legal right to offer alternative healthcare coverage plans to retirees, and for acknowledging that we must have flexibility to adapt our policies based on changing times. This is an important precedent that will allow the city to modify plans in response to evolving conditions. At the same time, we have heard concerns from retirees about these potential changes at numerous older adult town halls and public events, and our administration remains focused on ensuring that New York City remains an affordable place to live. Thankfully, we have found other ways to address healthcare costs while providing quality healthcare coverage for our city workers, and we have decided not to move forward with the Medicare Advantage plan at this time. We have informed union leadership that we are pursuing other avenues for improving healthcare for city workers that will provide even better outcomes, and we look forward to continuing to work with our partners on the best path forward. And that came out of City Hall today at 2 o'clock this afternoon. So in case you guys want to read that for yourself, I will drop that in the chat so you guys can read it and share it. So now that you'll have that. So now what does that really mean? Well, that means that the mayor decided he doesn't want to do Medicare Advantage at this time. So we're pretty happy about that today. We're taking that as a win, that and this doesn't take away anything else. So don't worry about that. Let me take a quick check in here. I know you guys are flooding me with questions. I love your pilots. Wasn't that cute? I actually made that little plane for the mayor. We brought that to him right before Christmas. If you remember our press conference when we won the Campion case in the New York State Court of Appeals, I had made that little carpet and the little plane to give him. So that if you're seeing that in the papers, that I made that for him as a gift to say, let's land this plane, Mayor Adams. Okay, let's see. How do we get Medicare permanently locked down? Great question, Karen. Intro 1096, until we can get the state bill brought back for all statewide retirees. So, Intro 1096, where is your council person on this bill? And if they're not on this bill, we need to get them on this bill. You have an election right now. It's really important because if people are saying that they support you, but they're not on this bill, guess what? They don't support you. So make sure going forward, we're listening to what they're saying. Remember, that's always been the key. Don't tell me what you're doing. Show me what you're going to do. Show me that you do support me. Don't tell me about it. If they're not on the bill, they don't support you. So make sure, because a lot of people are taking credit tonight that they're supporting us when they basically ghosted us for the last 2 years. This is up to you. Hold them accountable. Let's see. Mariana says, hi, I saw Mayor Adams' statement at 5 o'clock on CBS News. He's not going to force retirees into Medicare Advantage. He's an incumbent who needs our vote. Sorry, but not sorry, not getting my vote. Thank you, Mariana. We have our names in common. Hi, Roberta. Good to see you. Hi, Ruth. Yolanda. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for all this group has done, especially our President Marian. Thank you, Yolanda. It's great to see you. Let's see. What about for city retirees? Karen, I'm not sure what that question means. What about this? This is for current city retirees. He's not addressing anything else, and he's saying that it's not happening at this time. So that's all I can tell you, is that you as a current city retiree on Medicare, they're at this time not forcing us into Medicare Advantage. We're taking that as a win, and yet we are going to codify that in law. That is our goal. We're not ending here. This also, because look, we want to make sure that we're protecting ourselves. People could say a lot of things. Politicians could say a lot of things. Politicians in an election can say a lot of things. I want to make sure you guys know that we're not stopping fighting this. Whereas we want to make sure that no retiree ever has to go through this again. You should never have been forced to fight this for 4 years, never. So we're not letting that go. This organization will stay here. Our board is committed to this. We are still fundraising to continue pursuing the litigation that we have available to us at court. We are going to make sure that this gets finalized one way or another. No one should ever have to do this. You guys having served the city and made the promise that was made a promise to you that you would have this. We know you were made that promise. We were you. We got the same promise. Just because 7 people in the Court of Appeals didn't think that we convinced them to a standard high enough to pressure the city or compel the city to live up to that promise doesn't mean the promise wasn't made. That's the point. And that's why we have all those other avenues available to us, that those are not going away. We want to make sure that you never have to go through this again. And we're committed to that, okay? Let's see. Hey, Karen, good to see you. Even better outcomes. Hi, Sally. Yes, I saw that myself. I thought that was very interesting. Laura, not at this time, and different ways to deal with our different situation. I'm hoping that whatever they did, they'll eventually expand upon at another time. It's Robert. I'm receiving emails from council member candidates who hadn't responded to me for months now, getting around to contacting me and taking credit for piggybacking on the mayor's announcement. Well, Robert, what are you going to do about that? Tell me what you guys are going to do. I want to know. I got an email today from a city council person who hasn't spoken to me in 2 years. 2 years. I didn't even know she had my email. So if you are getting an email or tagged in a post, or you see a post on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram from an elected that has basically ghosted you guys for 2 years, what's your job tonight? Catherine, not good. Don't want any other plan other than traditional Medicare. And we're going to make sure. Gerald says, that's a long question, Gerald. I got to sit up higher or you're only going to see my eyes. Received this today from council member Juan. She supports us but won't sponsor 1096. Good afternoon, Gerald. Thank you for reaching out to council member Julie Juan's office about retiree health care. This past Wednesday, the New York State Court of Appeals ruled against the retiree lawsuit, with Judge Shirley Troutman writing that there was insufficient evidence to support the claim that health care would diminish under the proposed Medicare Advantage plan, ultimately leaving it to, I don't even know if I could still see this, ultimately leaving the decision to, it got cut off. So I'm assuming it was leaving it to the mayor to handle, because I think that's what the one I got said. You got that too. So I guess everyone got the Julie Wan email. You guys all got homework tonight, don't you? John, this is a tactical retreat by our opponents. They would love to screw future retirees and the current actives. This is where education is really important, and actives better start paying attention. I agree with you, John. This is a problem. What the court was basically saying is that they were looking for something in a collective bargaining agreement. Remember, collective bargaining came about in 1966. The Taylor Act came back out in around 1966. The MLC about 1966. Medicare came out in 66, and the mayor gave it to us in 67. This is not in a collective bargaining agreement. This was in law. And it started in city law, state law, and the city went to the city and said, hey, we want to give employees and retirees health care. We want to pay for it in the city of New York. And they had to go to the governor back then to get that permission to do that, and they did. Now, what they're literally saying is, if this is ambiguous, if it's vague, they're not going to be able to hold the city accountable to it. So now going forward, every active worker negotiating a union contract, you better make sure that whatever you put in that contract is specific to no end. If you believe that you would have health care or traditional Medicare when you retire, you better put that in your next contract. It has to be tight, because what the courts are showing is that they're relying on the collective bargaining process to give you your health care benefits or any benefit. You can't go back like we did after 60 years and say, you made this promise. Hundreds of us put in affidavits and said, you promised this to us. And then 60 years later, you're not going to hold the city accountable to that promise because after 60 years, you didn't think we had enough evidence to prove that we had to do that? Think about that time. There wasn't email. There wasn't fax machines. We didn't have all of this electronic stuff. Everything was done on paper. Do you keep paper? No. And you moved a million times. So to hold them accountable to that, they said, well, we had nothing to hold them. We had nothing to prove that they actually made that promise. You had Lillian Berrios Paoli, who was a high-ranking official under multiple mayors, swear to it in an affidavit, and that still wasn't good enough for them. It needs to be in your contract. And that's why retirees who are not in unions have to be able to pass this law. You need a bill to be able to protect your health care from diminishment, just like we have our pensions in the state constitution protected from diminution. We wrote these bills in the likeness of the Constitution for that purpose. We wanted to make sure that no one would diminish a healthcare benefit of a retiree, like our pensions cannot be diminished under the Constitution. It just makes sense. Why wouldn't you commit to that? So that's what we're pushing for, and we're not going to stop. This organization is going to keep making sure that your healthcare is the healthcare that was promised to you, and that's not going to be diminished in your lifetime. So we're still staying around. Roberta, love the plane. You were there at that event. The people have spoken. Marianne has spoken. Now Eric Adams has spoken. Now we need the city council to be spoken to pass 1096. Thank you, Marie. Hey, Colin, great to see you. Colin is running against Julie Menon in his district, District 5, I believe, off the top of my head. So if you guys are in District 5, Colin's been a full supporter from you from the beginning. He is looking to run for office because he hears you. So thank you, Colin, for being here with us. I definitely appreciate it. Maya is on it. Yes. And that's another thing, guys. If you're looking for the candidates who said that they would have your back, go to our political website. Our political website is retiredlaborstrong.nyc. And let me see if I actually have that. Yep, I do. Down at the bottom is our regular website, nycretirees.org. And then you can see retiredlaborstrong.nyc. That is our political website. You can see everyone that supports you on that site that committed to us in writing. I didn't go chasing everybody down. If they wanted our endorsement, they came to us. And then some people called us, or you guys called them and then had them contact us. If they did the letter and they committed to protecting those three things that we said, we told them that they'd have to commit to not forcing us into Medicare Advantage, not passing backdoor costs onto us, backdoor premiums in the form of copays and deductibles, getting our Medicare B reimbursement back sooner than the 16 to 22 months you're getting it now. And then also that extending, giving a 30, 60, or 90-day extension to your healthcare benefits for your surviving dependents, because your healthcare dies the day you die. So we wanted that. And then, of course, keep the lines of communication open. And if they could do that, great. We would endorse them. On our website, you will see all of the candidates, no matter what their party is. I didn't care about party. The board didn't care about party. We cared about what they said about this issue. Would they support us and protect us on our healthcare? That was what was important to us. So let's see. Lincoln Wrestler keeps telling us that he supported us, but he wanted the court to make the decision first before he would support Intro 1096. I wonder what his excuse will be. I plan to call his office on Monday and put his feet to the fire. Great. Monday, since you brought up Monday, let's jump into Monday for a moment. Councilman Marte, who's one of the sponsors of our bill, including Councilman Holden, are holding a rally at City Hall. And guess who's invited? Us. It's going to be hotter than Hades out there. So I think the low that day is 80, and I think it's like 100 is supposed to be the high. Please come out. I put out an email today. I sent it out twice. One day I sent it, the first time I sent it out without the time for this event, okay? What I want you guys to do is dress cool. I don't want you overheated. If you came to our Occupy DC 37 when we stormed DC 37's lobby in DC 37, I want you to bring that little stool with you so you got someplace to sit in case you get hot and tired. Bring water with you. We're bringing water with us as well. It's 11 a.m. at City Hall Park. You're going to meet us there. In the park, we're going to try to find the shadiest spots that we can. It's either there or you'll find us at the end of Broadway over by like Park Place, where we usually kind of congregate under the trees. So look for us there. It'll be 11 a.m. on Monday is when we're starting. So try to get there at about 10:30 and look for us. I'm sure you can't miss us. And we are going to stand with Councilman Marte and Councilman Holden, and we're going to celebrate this victory together, because it's been a while since we were all together, and we want to see you all out there. This is the time now. This is the time. It is the day before the primary election. We want all of you to come out and stand together and urge the city council to pass our bill. The time is now. And now that we have the court ruled against us in this, the only thing that will codify this protection forever, that we will never have to fight this, is getting Intro 1096 passed. So I am looking forward to seeing all of you. Bring an umbrella in case you need to shield yourself from the sun. Bring your stool, bring some water, dress comfortably. It is going to be hot. This will be as brief as we could possibly make it. We'll get to see you all. Everyone gets a hug. And thank Councilman Marte for still fighting on to help pass this legislation. But this is the time now. And this would also make it very apparent that you're watching what they're doing. Now, this would be Monday at 11. They have all weekend that they can get onto this bill. They have Monday they can get on this bill. And if they truly do want to be there for you, they'll even be there on Monday at 11. So I want to make sure you guys know that that's what we're getting together to do with Councilman Marte. He called me this afternoon and he said after the mayor put out his statement that he wants to have this rally and be with us to help celebrate where we are today. Because this was a roller coaster of a week. We've all felt this. So we want to celebrate the good things when they happen and get together again, because it's been a while. Unfortunately, we happen to be, in June. So this is going to be pretty hot. Yes. And then today we had, really, I did not see that. So Gerald, I'm assuming you're telling me Chris Marte, Bob Holden, Linda Lee, Shekhar Krishnan, Eric Botcher, Shahana Hanif, Mercedes Narcisse, Gail Brewer, Alexa Aviles, Rafael Salamanca, Justin Brannon, Camila Hank signed on today. I did know that. I knew she called me, and I still haven't been able to get to call her back. Vicky Palladino, Christy Marmorato, Ina Vernikov, Joanne Ariola, Frank Morano, and David Carr signed on. That's 2 today. So guys, encourage your council members to get on the bill. If what Gerald just posted, then 2 more council persons got on your bill today, we could do this. So you guys got homework again. You haven't had homework from me for a while. Pop Charlie. Yay, I'm going to get to see you. Very, very good. Let's see who else is here. Not one politician will stand by us permanently. Don't say that. Have faith. We have and shall prevail. As usual, you all are wonderful. Thank you, Scott, everyone. We could never have done this without all of you, that you trusted us to do this. Even when people were throwing shade, and saying that we failed or we didn't know what we were doing. No. We have won 11 times over the last 3 cases over the last 4 years with 3 unanimous appeals decisions. This case is a hiccup, but it's not final because we still have a path back to relive. Look at it like a mulligan if you play golf. Like this is a do-over, right? So this is not the end. You've got another bite at the apple, as our attorneys would say. Carol says, what about those of us who gave back the insured's $5,000 life insurance payment in exchange for gap coverage? Carol, I have no idea what that was. Was that for your union? Did your union offer you that? Because I don't ever remember that being a benefit at the city. Claudia, Adrian just put on a big show for the parabill. Quite phony. I'm sure my phone was blowing up if that was today. I don't even know what day that was, if that was today. Yes, Monday will be 100 degrees and 70% humidity. So You've got to be careful if you're coming. You must dress cool. You must bring water. You must bring an umbrella to shade yourself from the sun, and bring that little stool or some kind of a fold-up chair that you could throw over your shoulder to bring with you in case you need to sit. You have to be prepared for this, because I don't want you guys passing out on me like we had at that one rally a couple years ago. It was like in April, and for some reason, like 3 people passed out from the heat. So you need to take care of yourselves for this. We won't keep you there long, but this is really, really important. Marcia says, we started this fight in 100-degree weather 4 years ago. It was murder, but we did it. We absolutely did. Crazy. I agree with you, Marcia. This isn't over. Between now and November, our focus must be passing Intro 1096 to enshrine retiree healthcare protections into law. We can't rely on shifting the political winds. Nope. You guys have the power. Use it. Let's see what else we got. Hydration. Thank you, Mike. Hydration begins the day before, so hydrate well on Sunday and drink plenty of water on Monday. Absolutely. It's going to be really important that that you listen to what Mike just said, because that's going to be super critical being in the heat. Let's see. How does the recent court decision affect the mayor? Well, the mayor just said he was not going to force us into Medicare Advantage at this time. So that's a win, I would say. I think he realized that it would be very bad optics to force people into a plan that many of their doctors and hospitals don't accept and has all these prior authorizations, and that retirees weren't party to. I want to believe that he finally understood what we've been saying all of this time. Janet, thank you for everything. You're welcome. Claudia, please remind us if it's 600 million or 6 billion they promised them $600 million a year. $600 million a year. It's less than 0.6% of the entire city budget. So let's see. Toby, thanks, Marianne. Now I can sleep tonight. You guys should be resting. I was actually not going to do this because we closed our page for the weekend, and with Juneteenth being yesterday, and I had told the guys I will come back on Monday. But now you will see me on Monday. We will be at City Hall together. And I said, well, now with the mayor's decision, I have to come back on and tell you what's going on. You have the full press release in an email. I put it in the chat. Check your email. And that's another thing. If you're not getting our emails, you have to do 2 things. 1, check your spam box, because I did send it out today twice. I made a mistake on the first one. And then if you still don't have it, then you need to go to our website and create an account. On our social media page, the moderators like Mike and Dave and other Mike and Ruth, and they give you the video that shows you how to create an account. You need to go to our website, sign up. It'll say like become a member, and then join. That way you're able to have access to our information. You sign up as an account. That way, every time you log into our website, you could see your entire account. You could see your name, your address, your phone number, your email. You can see what you've donated, when you donated, how much you donated, and you can change all of that. So let's say you're using a credit card and you don't want to use that card anymore. You want to use another one, then you just change it. Or you want to change the date that you're making it on, or you want to change the amount. You have full control to do that. So that's why that is so important. And these emails are really important, because we're going to start doing calls to action, and we need you to be able to do it. And not just rely on the social media posts, because sometimes, like, I haven't been on my cell phone in social media today all day because of what's been happening. So you have the event for Monday. It's 11 a.m. Please get there about 10:30, City Hall Park. Dress cool. It's going to be hot. Bring an umbrella to shade yourself from the sun. Bring a bottle of water. We will also be supplying some water, and there's those little hot dog trucks and delis around the square. So you want to be able to be comfortable. And if you do have one of those little collapsible stools that we gave you guys when we did that Occupy DC-37, bring that. That way, in case you get tired of standing in the heat, you have some place to sit. Inside the park, we get there early enough. There's park benches that will also help you guys to sit down. Also, come come ready to celebrate, because this is a huge victory for all of us that we got to this point. And again, doesn't negate anything that we've been doing. There's still so much more for us to accomplish. This bill must get passed, and we can only do that with you contacting each of your elected city council members. Patricia, bless you, Marianne, for being so steadfast. Thank you, and bless you too, Patricia, and it was great to see you last week. Has anyone heard from Henry Garrido? No. What will happen with co-payments? Jack, of course, there's got to be one person that just can't be happy in the moment with this one more issue. Okay, co-payments has not been settled. That case has not been settled yet. It is still being fought. So I have no answer there for you. Let's see. Kathy, wow. So all 3 city council members are signed on. That's amazing. It is. Yesterday, when I was getting some of this information, someone told me something, and I was like, geez, hell must have frozen over. Hey, Paula, we need 8 more sponsors to get a majority. Thank you, Gerald. So you guys have a mission. We need to get 8 more people on this bill. Marianne, you're a rock star. Thanks for all you do. You're welcome, Ellen. Hi from Barb in New York City. Hi, Barbara. Thanks, Marianne. Your commitment and leadership are truly inspiring. We need more leaders like you. Aw, Elise, that's sweet. Thank you. John, the real problem's not going away. Corporate greed from consultants and insurance executives, not the parade of clowns we keep voting for. 1 million actives, dependents, and retirees milking it. Yep. Scott, I said it 4 years ago. We're on a mission from God. Oh my gosh, you guys are so funny. Let's see. Oops. Did I just skip one? The weather is like that every day in Florida. Yeah, it's well up in New York City. I don't think they're quite used to that, you know. Nathan Leventhal, 1 retired EMS worker has brought city government to its knees. Congratulations, Marianne. Thank you, Nat. And it was great seeing you today too. Did anyone see the statement from Adrian Adams today? So yes, I did see that. I don't have it pulled up, but it was still on the same lines as the mayor. Let's see. Did you see Mulgrew's email? Yes, I did. We had been working with Mulgrew since December to try to get him on board to support this issue if this were to happen, because we knew that there were real risks that this could happen. We are appreciative that he did do that email. And actually, when we stopped speaking was probably a couple months ago, the retired teachers and the active teachers took over for us because we got really busy. So I want to thank those retired teachers and active teachers that have had our backs from the beginning on this to hold your leadership accountable. That's what unionism is about. It's about making sure you hold your leadership accountable. And if they're not, you make sure they do. That's what they did. And I think that's why Mulgrew wrote that email, is because they made sure that their leadership recognized that there was a true risk to the retirees in the UFT, in addition to the rest of us, but in concentrating on their own little circle. Truckee 117, thank you, Marianne, from the Board of Long Island Retired Firefighters. You're welcome, Truckee, and we're not done, so you guys hang in there. Christine, such a beautiful day. God bless Mary and our moderators and lawyers. Retirees rock and won't stop till we're finished. And I was actually trying to take the day off, and I said, I'm going to reconnect with nature this morning. And I went outside to go mow my lawn. And then the phone calls stopped, and my neighbor across the street was mowing his lawn. And I have 2 acres to mow, so it's a lot. And I have a 48-inch deck rider mower. And I put my earbuds in. I own every single Billy Joel album. And I just ride my lawnmower and listen to my Billy Joel. And it was one call, and I was like, I'll get it later. Then another call, and then another call, and another call. And it just never stopped. And I had literally shut my lawnmower off, like, what is going on? And then that's when this whole crazy thing broke. So it is a beautiful day. It was beautiful. I woke up, it was 71 degrees. It was going up to 96, and I needed to make sure I mowed my lawn before it got too hot, and I melted. So I go back and finish tomorrow. So yes. What happened to PayPal and Zelle? So Fernando, you can still use PayPal, but you cannot use Zelle or Venmo. Our organization had to stop using them because every time you donate through Zelle or Venmo, it wasn't giving us who you are. So if there were 4 Fernando Velasquez's that donated $50, I wouldn't know which one to put them to in the account because they don't give me anything other than a name and amount. And because we're a 501c5, like a union, we have proper reporting requirements that we have for the government. So I have to show where our money is coming from. We have a bookkeeper and an accountant, and we have to report all of this in the spreadsheet. That's why we did this portal. The portal is a little database of members, and it shows us who donates, when they donate, all those details. I can't track that with Zelle or Venmo, but PayPal should still be in there as an option. So please create an account and get into it, log on. You'll have a login and a password, and you can donate from right there. That would be helpful because you'll also still be getting our all of our emails and information going forward, and you can stay in touch with us as well. So let's see. Bring an EMS kit. Thank you. I already said what's going on with the copay case. There is no answer. Superior officers, New York Transit Police offered this deal prior to Obama's program, signed off on a contract. I'm assuming they agreed to Medicare Advantage. I don't know. This doesn't affect this. What happened today doesn't affect the copay case. We're still waiting for the city to figure all that mess out. Couldn't believe the boomerang. Well, Beverly, we couldn't believe it either, because when I got the first call this morning, I didn't believe it. I thought, I was like, this is a joke, right? I literally said to that person, when hell freezes over, will that happen? And then by 1:00 this afternoon, I think hell was starting to freeze over. And by 2:00, it was snowing. So I didn't even know what to say. It was that kind of a day. It was like the day that we got that last decision, and I was literally on a live with you, and I was being texted by our lawyers that we won our case. This is how emotional this has been. And you understand that's like roller coaster. Is literally the other day when we got this court decision, I woke up, I said, I'm just going to take the day off and go outside. I've got things I got to do. I haven't even started my garden. My fig trees are growing crazy. My vegetable garden, the beds needed to be weeded. I'm going to go outside today. And I was just having my first cup of coffee. And then Steve and Jake texted me, and it just got nuts after that. And it was a real down day because of that decision. So it's like every time I say I'm going to take a day off, all hell breaks loose. Mary Ann, you're the engine that could, and you did. You have kept our cause going. Thank you. You know, Karen, I want to share something with you now that you said that. Hold on a second. I'll be right back. Okay. So I think about 2 years ago, I got a gift in the mail with a card, and it was from Renee Dinnerstein. And let's see, it was called The Little Engine That Could. Can you see that? And this was one of my mother's favorite books, and it just brought me to tears of joy because my mom loved little kid books like this, and she thought I was the little engine that could. So thank you for that, because I guess now there's 2 of you. And Renee, if you're watching, I still read this book because I love that. I love that little book. Eileen, looks like the active new plan will be saving that money for the city. They need to learn how to fight. Yes, they do. And they could take a few lessons from you guys. Let's see. What's the easiest way to contribute other than PayPal? So Fernando, create an account. In that account is an ACH payment. ACH is just like Zelle. It takes it directly out of your account, just like Zelle did. You have your options in there in which you can donate. Please follow, if you get our emails, at the bottom of tonight's email, there's a video that I put in that shows you how to create an account. Follow those instructions and you'll be okay. If you have any questions, email us at the organization, retirees@nycretirees.org. Even firemen need heroes. Thank you. It's good to see you again. Thank you for everything. 1096 is coming. So that's where we got to go. Fran, thank you a million times and more. Thank you. Joanna, thanks. I do need rest. Thank God for our current healthcare. I received a quick diagnosis. So enjoy your weekend, everyone. This is really important that you guys do take some time out. Monday is going to be a big day, and it'll be really nice to see all of you. Katie says, Fernando, there's a sign up page and a sign up to join, and there's an option to donate. Just go right. Thank you, Katie. That's a great idea. Just go right to our website, nycretirees.org. Patricia, New York State Court of Appeals sent the case back to Supreme Court. Will we continue with this case on another point? Yes. Let's see. Fearless leader. Thank you, Catherine. Absolutely. You're welcome, Roberta. Thank you to all the admins, moderators, attorneys, and have a great weekend. Did Garrido back down from his Medicare Advantage stance? No. Monday is the MLC election. You remember Harry Nespoli stepped down from the Sanitation Men's Union, and he's gone. So today the MLC actually sent out a memo that was written not by him, but by Alan Klinger, the attorney, which I thought was very interesting. That's the mayor's statement. So today, an email was sent out to all MLC union leaders from Alan Klinger that says, following up on Harry Nespoli's memo of earlier this week, Mayor Adams has announced that the city does not intend to go forward with the Medicare Advantage program. Attached is his statement in this regard, and it was copied to the technical committee of the MLC. So I think the MLC finally recognizes that too. There's been no word from Henry Garrido. The only email that I saw is what you saw was from Michael Mogul from the United Federation of Teachers. I will tell you that several of the unions that supported us from the beginning contacted me today, and they told us that they were very grateful for what we did. Keep the pressure on and not back down. And I told them we are and we're not. We are still fighting and we are not backing down. We are going to make sure this gets codified permanently. Virginia, wish you were running for mayor, maybe next election. Oh, girl, that just may be killing me. I will be calling Hank's office to thank her for the support. Thank you, Yolanda. And it's always good to thank people. So if you're in Hanks's office district or you're in Carr's district, they both signed on to the bill today, so you may want to just thank them. Eileen says, I sent $25 on June 5th. PayPal says it went through. Your site says pending. Sent an email about this. Hopefully someone will get back to me. Eileen, I'm going to write that down because I did not see it, but Bob or Jim may have, and I will check on that for you. Let's see. On June 5th, you said? June 5, PayPal. If it's pending, it's going to be pending on your side. So if your PayPal is connected to a credit card, you need to contact your credit card company that it's billing to, because they may have thought it was like a fraud and put a pause on it. We don't have to approve your payments. It's your payment mechanism. So Eileen, if you're still listening and you made this donation through PayPal, you need to look at what payment method, what was it, your Visa card? Was it a debit card? Was it your checking account? Something is blocking that on your side, not ours. But I will double check it on my side just to be sure. But we don't approve payments. They have to, it's something is blocking it on your end. So thanks, Patricia. Another one wants me to run for mayor. What happens if they back down from their pledge? Well, Cecil, you hold them accountable. That's what you're supposed to do. Hold people accountable. Let's see what else. A lot of people think this is a done deal. We have to make sure that they know we have more work to do, meaning 1096. And Ellen, after the rally next week when I get back home, I will start to make sure that gets done. We need people to know that this is not over, that we are still able to fight this. While we do have this protection, I perceive this to potentially be temporary. I want to make sure that we don't ever have to reactivate to fight like this again. If they truly mean that this is a protection, then they need to codify it. The UFT said 1096 is illegal legislation. Well, the UFT doesn't know what it's talking about. Scott, Marianne, you sure you weren't the star of Ballerina, you kick ass? Well, thank you, Scott. I always say just don't piss off a Sicilian woman because we don't forget. Let's see. UFT endorsements list candidates that are not supporting our bill. And Janice, DC 37 did the same thing. And they even put it in their minutes that they were not supporting any candidate that was supporting us. They made that crystal clear. Lori, I read the Court of Appeals decision and have been phone banking from Maya Kornberg all week. I have some questions about the court decision, namely what causes of action are being remanded to the Supreme Court for consideration. So Lori, I'm not going to get into those here because there was literally 13 different causes of action. We will follow back up with our lawyers, with you guys. I have a meeting all together next week. We're trying to schedule that for the end of next week. We're going to explain to you, and if you go back into the court case, the New York State NYSCF court electronic filing system, where you can find the docket for the original Supreme Court of Manhattan Benkowski case, you can look at the original Benkowski case and look up the original brief. In the original brief that was written by Jake, you will see all 13 of those causes of action. Mark, go back and rewatch this video. I'm not starting over from the beginning. I did talk about the mayor's press release saying that he's not going to put us into Medicare Advantage, and also the rally on Monday at 11 a.m. at City Hall Park. And I told you it's going to be hotter than Hades. You need to dress cool, bring water, bring an umbrella to shade yourselves. And that little collapsible stool that we gave you when we occupied DC 37. Katie, today was the first time in the past 3 weeks I felt truly happy. ABC loss, UFT DA incident, court decision, but today was inspiring. Thank you. And thank you, Katie, and thank you for being part of our group. We appreciate you. Sherry says, your smile says so much. Glad to see that, Sparkle. I know I speak for everyone. I say thank you for all that you've done and you continue to do. You're welcome, sweetheart. And I truly appreciate you saying that. But this is what is called collective action, because I could have screamed from the mountain all by myself, but without you guys, we never would have been able to do this. Anne says, you're glowing, love it. I don't need the ice cream fix with your smile. Aw, that's very sweet of you. Anna Berry, how are you, Anna? We are resilient, so happy, thankful, Mary, and you rock. And you rock too, Anna. If you're in town, come and see us on Monday. Laura, our legal team will still be busy if this Benkowski case gets revisited. Oh, yes, they will. We're not giving anything up. There's no reason to. We have to pursue everything that we have to make sure. Look, I guess if someone says something to you that you want to take for granted, I don't take anything for granted until I have something tangible that this will never happen to you again. That's all I got. Mark, I did give you the short and skinny. I told you what this was about. Go back and watch this from the beginning. It's going right now. We're live streaming into Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, X, and LinkedIn. You can watch this video anywhere, and we're only 49 minutes in. And I was literally condensing everything in the beginning. Jim, lobsters in Maine are very happy. Thank you. I'm happy for the lobsters in Maine. I haven't seen Marianne. I'm Marianne. Karen, are you okay? Yes, it's a wonderful day. I called Carolina Rivera, my District 2 council member. As soon as I heard the news, I will call her again Monday. Thank you for all you do. She's not on the bill yet either, just letting you know. Yay, Fernando just got logged in. Woohoo! There you go. See, it's easy. That way you can check everything right there. That's great, guys. You guys like a little team. We do. Yep. Lila says, my heart is so full of gratitude to you and your team. None of this could have happened without you. Thank you, Lila, very, very much. I hope you're feeling okay. Lori, thank you. I'll try to come in from New Jersey for the rally. That's great. You need a star on the sidewalk in front of City Hall. That's sweet. Very, very sweet. Let's see. There's still a little bit more in here. Laura says, Henry Garrido is once again a lonely number on Medicare. One is a lonely number on Medicare Island. Thank you, Mary. And Garrido will likely be sneaky, but no MA no longer is a good look. And like I said, that election is Monday at DC 37 headquarters. So, you know, names of holdouts on city council. So Mary, if you go up to the New York City Council Legistar, which is the New York City Council's legislative website, and then put in 1096, search for 1096. Every council member other than what, like 17, I think. Let me see if I can quickly pull that up for you. And oops, I have like a million windows open. I'm going to find the right one in a second. 1096. Okay, so this is showing right now we have 18 sponsors on this bill. Let me find you again. Here is the link to the bill. And you can save that or bookmark it or something. Can we march over the Brooklyn Bridge? Okay, Mary, this is really important. We were actually going to be planning to do this, but when the mayor did this decision today, we decided we would hold off because if they don't pass our bill, we're going to do that. And it'll be cooler. Absolutely. Annie and Nesta, I get points for my regular donations. Good for you. Diane Martone is under John. Okay. L. Pap, didn't he say that when he first ran for mayor? Glad he's repeating it. It just hope he means it this time permanently. That's why we want the bill. Intro 1096. It's the only way, guys. Claudia Sicilians, yay. Oh my gosh. Great. I look forward to seeing you too, Anna. Spray bottle of water is a great spritzer in the heat. So that's another good idea too. I would say add ice to it. That way you could spritz yourself with cool water. Lenny, there is no update on the copays, and that is still back and forth with the lawyers and the city and whatever. New York State Court is the highest court. Where can we, how then? Oh, so how can we go back to the lower court? Great question. Well, the New York State Court of Appeals is the highest court in the state. That court said, we're not buying this, but because Judge Frank didn't answer all the other causes of action, because there was 13 causes of action that we brought, he only answered, I think, one. So when they said, no, we're not buying this one, go back and argue the others. Maybe one of those will work. So they literally sent the entire case that Judge Frank didn't answer back to Judge Frank. So they remanded the case back to the Supreme Court. We start from the beginning. Okay. That's how that worked. Why the change of heart from the mayor now? I don't know, Carol. Maybe he got up on the right side of the bed and he felt happy. I don't know. Oops. Colin Thompson, hi to you. Telling all my friends to vote for you. Thank you, John Blau. Good to see you. Karen, perhaps we can get a street named after you. They'd probably have to rename part of Broadway since we've been on it so often. It's absolutely crazy. I'll try to put the link in again because it doesn't seem to be working in some places. Good to see you, Jeff. I haven't seen you in a while. Doesn't pay to call Keith Powers again or Julie Menon, but I will. I hear you. Scott, there is a mailing address to donate also. Snail mail still works old school. Yes, it does. And I think I even had it on our emails. I add my voice to say thanks a million. You kept the fight alive. You're welcome, Mimi. Good to see you. I wish I could have seen your face when you got the news. Well, Roberta, I literally said to the person calling me, when hell freezes over, will that happen? And by 1 o'clock this afternoon, hell started to freeze over. Marianne, I'm a disabled retiree and turned 62 in March and considered to be locked out from Medicare that I have at this moment. If I'm a disabled retiree and turned 62 in March, am I considered to... Dominic, I don't know what that question means. If you would please write to us at nycretirees@nycretirees.org. I'll put that in the chat. Email us more information because I don't know actually what you're asking me in that. Irene says, in the beginning, you said this would all take about 5 years, and here we are. All may not be lost, but I'm not taking any chances. My weapon of choice is the rosary. So, Irene, if you talk to Mike Tambasco from our page, Mike will tell you that I said to them when I recruited them to help me back in 21, don't worry, I know I'm asking you to come and help me out. It'll only be about 6 months. It's Medicare. It's a Democratic Party platform. This is a no-brainer. We'll get done. No biggie. And here we are 4 years later. Yes, Renee, Shahana finally got onto the bill. Yes, she did. And Renee, I don't know if you saw that I was talking about you, that you gave me a book as the little train, the little engine that could. That's what they were calling me tonight. I didn't see you before, but I was talking about you. Let's see. He can change his mind after the election, or the new mayor can just back off what he said and will do. I'm going to be hopeful that he's not going to do that. So, Claudia, thank you for your hard working. My husband is retired COBA, and not a single person in the benefits department can answer a single thing. We live in Florida and wish we could stand with you. Oh, Claudia, anytime you guys need help, you reach out to the org. We'll be happy to help us. We have an amazing team that answers your questions. So, Marianne, your mom is looking down on you. So proud of what she's done here. Absolutely, Marie, and she's right over there. And that's all I got. So you guys have a great weekend. As a recap, really quick, the mayor walked back his support for Medicare Advantage. He's not pushing us into Medicare Advantage. So that's a plus for today. Take that as a win and be very happy with that. Also on Monday, we'll be standing with councilmen's members Council members Holden and Marte, 11 a.m. Get there at about 10:30 at City Hall. Dress cool, bring water, bring an umbrella to shield yourself from the sun, and bring that little collapsible stool if you got one when we occupied DC 37. And we will see you Monday. Keep the faith, guys, because there's a lot happening, and who the heck knows what'll keep on happening. But we have options. This isn't over. Don't listen to anyone tell you that this is dead, we're lost, this is where we failed it. So we didn't fail at anything. We didn't damage anything. We have saved you guys all from you all investing in this organization and in our effort. You guys helped us move this needle to where you've been politically active. You've become a political power storm in this election, that you made sure that your health care was a #1 campaign issue that's been brought up on the news, in the newspapers, at debates, at mayoral forums. This has been a constant, and that's because you guys did that, okay? So we're still fighting, and we're not giving up on that. We're going to see you on Monday, 11 a.m. Get there about 10:30. Like I said, it's going to be hot, so dress cool and be comfortable. We'll see you at City Hall, and I look forward to seeing you all. Have a great weekend, and I look forward to seeing you then. Fernando like us blogging with us, like he just created an account and he just donated via ACH. That information, no payment information is ever stored, Fernando. It is a completely secured website. We don't even see your payment information. So thank you for supporting us. Also Friday, where for those that are members of our organization, we are hosting our annual meeting on Friday morning. So I will also remind you guys about that. I think it's Friday at 10 a.m. So you guys have a great weekend, and I will get a list of those council members for next week. Don't worry about that, because I'm sure you'll see more changes between now and then. Have a great weekend. Enjoy this weekend and all the things that you guys have been able to accomplish. And I will see you Monday. Ciao, guys.
Don't speak what you don't understand. The truth is not in your command. Don't shout about what you think is fake. The decision